Hey everyone, Robert Ferringo of Doc Sports, and today we're going to talk about round robin betting in Major League Baseball. Now, if you are anything like me, you probably have a lot of idiot friends that like to bet on sports. And those idiot friends probably love betting parlays, right? It's a big amateur move. It's a big square play is to get all in on parlays. I know my friends love them. They mock me all the time when they place those bets, especially when they win them, because they know I'm a very anti-parlay guy. The odds aren't great. You never win them. There's nothing worse than listening to your buddy complain about that 6-team parlay that he had, and he won the first 5 bets. Oh, and he lost the 6th bet. The only thing worse is listening to poker players talk about how they lost a hand that they had won on the flop. It's the same thing, and it happens over and over and over again. I'm an anti-parlay guy, okay? But people like them. People enjoy parlays, and there is a time and a place for them. All right, which leads us into round robin betting in Major League Baseball. Round robin betting is, instead of placing one parlay bet, it fully encompasses all of the permutations. That's if you do a full coverage round robin of all the parlays that you could have with a particular subset of teams. So, for example, let's say you like the Mets, Yankees, Braves, and Dodgers. All right? You could parlay those 4 teams, just a money line parlay. Straight, average, you should know what that is. But with round robin betting, what you're doing is you take the Mets, Yankees, Braves, and Dodgers, and you create a bet that is a bunch of permutations of those 4 teams in separate parlays. So you don't just have the Mets, Yankees, Braves, Dodgers, and if one of those teams loses, your bet loses. By creating a round robin, especially a full coverage round robin, you have a group of 2 and 3 team parlays, like the Mets and Yankees in one parlay, the Mets and Dodgers, the Mets and Braves, the Yankees and Braves, the Yankees and Dodgers. All of a sudden, with 4 teams, you could create 11 different parlay combinations. Okay, that's what a round robin is instead of just making one straight parlay, you're taking the teams that you like for that parlay and breaking them into a subset of different parlay bets that are all correlated. Okay, if you bet horses, the easiest way to explain it is it's like boxing horses, like a box bet in horse racing. If you have like an exacta box in horse racing, say you pick the 4 horses that you like and you box them, that wager is actually a bunch of different parlays of each of those horses to win, with a separate horse coming in second out of the horses that you picked. So doing a round robin in MLB betting is like boxing a bet in horse racing. Some of that may help you understand. Some of it still may not. All right. Now, the benefits of this are, with a straight parlay bet, as most of you know, you pick those 4 teams, the Mets, Yankees, Braves, and Dodgers. The first 3 teams win. The 4th team loses. Your bet loses. But with the round robin, you can have one of your teams lose and, based on the odds, still have a profitable wager overall. If we consider this round robin bet, this 4-team round robin, which is actually 11 different bets, if we consider it one wager, which it is, they could still be profitable if you lose one of the bets. Okay, that's why people like it. That's why people do that. And again, you don't have to take all 4 teams and do every permutation. That's the full coverage that I said. You can do a limited coverage round robin, which only takes the top parlays that you would like, a variation of the top parlays, like maybe you only want to do the 3-team parlays and all the permutations of those 4 teams. But that's basically what a round robin is instead of doing one straight parlay bet, you take your 4 teams, you put them in a round robin, and now all of a sudden you have multiple parlays in actions. Now, the advantages of this bet are it increases your chances of winning, right? Because if one of your teams loses, you can still have a profitable bet. That's another advantage, is it kind of redistributes the risk. Instead of all or nothing on all 4 teams, as I mentioned, you can have one lose and still come out on top. That gives you a little bit of flexibility. Also, if your 4 teams all win, you have the possibility of a much higher payout, because instead of just one 4-team parlay and you hit them all, you hit all 4 in that one wager, you just hit 11 parlays. So your payout could be significantly higher if you were correct on all of your bets, okay? But this type of wagering isn't a magic bullet for parlay bettors. There are obvious disadvantages. Number one is it's expensive. Instead of just plunking down that $20 on that 1-4-team parlay, you're now creating 11 different wagers, and that is ultimately going to be more expensive than just making the one parlay bet. It also has lower profit margins. As I mentioned, you can lose one game but still show a profit. It's probably not going to be much of one, especially because with a sport like baseball, what most people will do with these round robin bets and with parlays in general is they like to take a lot of favorites, right? Like to take a lot of big favorites, those minus 180, those minus 210s, those can't lose games, right? You can't make those pay out on their own, so you group them together into a parlay, and that increases your payout, right? But the profit margins on a round robin really aren't very good. Also, they're a little complicated. This isn't an amateur's bet. Okay, this isn't something that you want to get into if you only have passing knowledge or interest in doing parlays in general. So, yeah, I'm still a no parlay guy. Not like I said, not never, but not as much as most people use them. So round robins are just a more complicated, more diverse parlay system, basically in Major League Baseball. So that's what a round robin is. If you are interested in learning more about MLB betting, be sure to go to docsports.com. Check out my insiders page if you are looking for winning Major League Baseball picks. That's it for today. Carpe diem and good luck.